So over the course of this channel, we've reviewed some budget options that Walmart and Ozark Trail has. These three have made an appearance on my channel. Got a new one for you that does not belong with this lineup. Evidently, Ozark Trail has really stepped up their game. So I give you the Walmart Wave. You heard it here first. Alright, let's dive into this. So over the course of this video, you're going to hear me sing a lot of this tool's praises rather than beating up on it. Considering where it's coming from, I expect way more from Leatherman than I do from any Ozark Trail tool. How is this tool possible, you may ask? Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I've been told by somebody that's involved in keeping up with multi-tools, is that the Wave patent expired, and Leatherman knew that there were going to be a lot of copies or knockoffs or Leatherman Wave inspired tools coming, and that was part of the motivation behind the free series that we have today. Now that's just what I've heard. You can check that out for yourself if you want. Knockoff, copy, clone, inspired, whatever it is, I'm gonna try to be fair and objective about it. They did a good job with this tool. Not a lot of people are gonna like, to see this, and I completely understand the objections people may have. Fanboys, I'm one of them. I love Leathermans. They're always going to be my #1 tool. But for the folks that would like to have something like a Leatherman but can't afford it, or just want to try one out, really don't have $100+ to spend on a really great tool, and poor whatever, I want to try it out, or just need something that's kind of a throwaway, I really do think there's a place for something like this. That's just, putting the ethics aside. But alright, all that out of the way, let's check this thing out. It'll come in a box like this. And I'm not going to go over all the information right there because I want to show it to you myself. It comes with a sheath, and you see there is something inside of that sheath, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But let's talk about the 4 outside main tools that you get. As you see here, this one comes with a pocket clip. Very cool, man. This thing actually comes with a lot of the extras that you have to buy with Leatherman, like pocket clips and other things. Alright, we'll go over that. Now, you see the main blade is quite similar, but there are some differences, and I cannot believe what a good job they did on this grind. And like I said, I'm going to be singing their praises because I don't expect much from Ozark Trail. Look at that clean grind. That is a really clean grind. This thing came hair popping sharp. It is ridiculously sharp. They've actually got a two-tone finish on here, a satin on the grind and like a kind of a tumbled look on the on the flats. And some people may like this. They actually chamfered or rounded off this inside area. I actually don't like that as much. The fact that that's a sharp innards right there on the thumb hole makes it easier to open. This is a little bit harder to open, but obviously if you want to, you can mess around with the pivots here. They don't have security torques like Leatherman does. This thing actually came, there's little washers in there as well. Hard to tell, but it's got a very smooth opening. You see you've got a lot of belly, and check this out. Your main blade is actually HCR13 MOV, which is not some super steel, but it is a pretty decent budget steel. And you know, once again, this is Ozark Trail we're talking about. Alright, it's got a liner lock, and you know how this screw stops your liner lock from extending any further. Well, the frame on this one is what actually stops it from extending on that. And it's got a pretty good lock up there. You see it's even got the same little detent. And these tools do not open up the same way. As they look similar, this blade is actually opening up from the bottom here instead of the top. I haven't actually seen any other multi-tools do this part quite the same as Leatherman, where, you know, the plier head is folded up right here. The plier head on this one is folded up right here. Alright, pretty interesting. Alright, we're running out of time. I don't have infinite space on this phone and I'm blabbering. But I was impressed by that. Alright, let's check. We'll take a look at the other three now. As you'll remember on this Ozark Trail multi-tool, one of my gripes was that they didn't get the they didn't do the serrations correctly on this one. If this is going to be a right hand user tool, then the serrations should be on the other side, because that's how you're going to hold it. Alright, see the serrations are on that side. It'll still cut, but still, this one, they got that right, as you can see. And once again, it's very smooth. Got the same finish there. And they did the serrations really well. Look at that. Very close to the Leathermans as well. But it came screaming sharp. About the same thickness as well. Just tickled to death by, you know, how good of a job they actually did with this. Alright, let's check out the other two. Now right here you are going to see some of the differences you get between $100 Leatherman tool versus a cheaper budget item. Now this has got really good saw teeth, and it actually cuts very well. I tested it out yesterday. It's got that same 90-degree spine. You've got a lot of cutting area like you do on the Wave. But on the Wave, they actually know a thing or two about saws. Leatherman does. And so it starts out thicker at the teeth and it tapers to the spine, so it doesn't seize up. This one stays the same thickness the whole way. Now, when I was doing my little bit of cutting on some smaller sticks, that didn't seem to be too much of a problem, and it cut really decently. I'm not a left-handed person, alright? Man, I really need to get some better camera equipment. I can show you guys so much more, but anyway, that's kind of one of the you know, drawbacks. Not a big deal in my opinion for what you're getting. Now this is something really cool. It actually comes with the diamond file, and it comes pretty aggressive. More aggressive than Leatherman's. And you can see you've actually got more file on this one than you do on the Wave. And it's the triple-sided as well. So you've got the notches right there, and then you've got the crosscut right there. Now something I did notice about this one is this crosscut, I tested it as well, and it does work pretty well, but they don't seem to be as deeply cut as Leatherman's. Once again, that attention to detail and quality versus a budget item. I mean, you know, look at the lines versus look at them lines. Alright? Is it going to work? Yes. Is it going to stay as sharp as the Leatherman over time as far as wearing out? I don't know. Time will tell. We'll just have to come back in a bit and see. But for now, it works well. Alright, once again, running out of space. So let's go to some of the more exciting parts on the inside. So one thing I always forget to mention is that all of the tools on this are locking. You can see this one has the same liner lock style as the Leatherman does on the inside. And you can see how they open up differently. Your tools are up here versus down here. But it has the same liner lock, and you know, the Leatherman has that you know, back lock style on the smaller tools. And so does this one. And the exciting part, as you can no doubt tell, this one has a industry standard 1/4 inch bit driver. Really cool. We'll get to that in a minute. And then you've got a really nicely machined flathead right there, like your Leatherman. And you've got really, like, that's probably your pry bar one. Then you've got your can opener slash bottle opener. I'm glad they did not include a freaking bottle opener. Nobody needs them. They're finally getting the hint. And you've got a really sharp wire stripper on there. Little different from Leatherman's, which I'm glad they, you know, were thinking for themselves. You got a V-notch versus, you know, whatever the hell you call that. And then you've got scissors. These are impressive, actually, because these are almost identical to Leatherman's scissors. Let me see if I can get them side by side. Alright. Look at that. Almost identical. The only difference is the spring on this one is really stout. Just, you know, hopefully it stays springy and it doesn't get brittle and snap. Only time will tell again. They cut really well as, you know, just like Leatherman's, but that spring is stout. This one is not nearly as stout as this one. Just feels a lot more tough. But, you know, like I said, time will tell. Yeah, you know, I don't know what you're getting on this. Alright, let's get to that bit driver, alright? Yeah, we'll come back. So your bit driver is, like I said, the industry standard 1/4 inch bits. And one thing I did forget to mention is that this is, you do have your ruler there. Unlike the Leatherman, you know, once again, as far as quality, this is not stamped. This is printed on, but you've got your inches and centimeters, and they are rounded off. Well, it's not, I mean, it is round right there, but it's not the fold-over design like the Wave. It is, this part is screwed on. So, you can see right there, it's not connected, and so this is removable. These scales are just that, scales, kind of like the Charge. I didn't even talk to you about the plier head. Look at that, it's even got a wire crimper down there. But, I mean, it's pretty precise. Looks just like the waves, actually. Man, I gotta bust this thing out again just to show y'all. It's impressive. Look at that. Wire cutters. You know, doesn't have the replaceable wire cutters. No biggie. But I want to get to some of this other stuff before I run out of time on this phone. You've got the replaceable bit here, but it is a double-sided bit, which means that this normal bit here will fit, but it will sink in. Okay? It's going to sink in. Obviously, you can still use it. But if you want to get around that, you know, most of you, if you guys have got those bits, chances are you've got these longer bits, which fit just fine. And going back to the sheath, I didn't even tell you about the sheath. Check this out. The other ones come with them normal little flimsy, well, annoying belt loops. This one comes with a plastic type, which is actually very easy to get on and off. I very much like this design. It's not super stiff, as you can tell. I'm easily able to get my thumb under there, but I like that. I don't like having to you know, wrestle the items I have on my belt off my belt. Alright, so this sheath comes with, dun 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 dun, a bit extender. Actually comes with that, man. How cool is that? And it even has a slot in there for it. Sorry, it's getting dark out here. I don't want to lose the light for a good picture. Pretty nice. Magnetic bit extender. See, it's got the magnet inside. It's even got the ball bearing right there. Come on. There we go. Got the bit extender right there. Comes with that. And all of this, you get all of this, man, for about 40 bucks after tax. It's about 37 before, about 40 after tax. Pocket clip, bit extender, diamond file, 8CR13 MOV blade, industry standard bits. It comes with a lot that you would have to buy extra from Leatherman. Pocket clip. Oh, and check this out. Something that I thought was cool is that your Leatherman bit extender. Whoa. Man, sorry about this, folks. You can see I'm running out of daylight. Your Leatherman bit extender, we'll just show them next to each other. Will fit and work in here. It's not going to be as secure as a fit. It's really not showing you a good picture right now, mainly because it's sunk in there, but it will fit and it will, you know, work. And the Leatherman bits will fit in there too. I don't actually have one. Well, see, I don't have the freaking light anymore. It's getting dark out here. But they will work in here too, which means if you have an extra bit kit that you want to carry with this thing instead of a bunch of these big bits, you know, go for it. You can still do that, and it's way more optimal. I think Leatherman is afraid to go industry standard because they're afraid it'll make their flat bits obsolete. I disagree. I think people will just as much carry them flat bits because they're so much more convenient than carrying around a bag full of these. But that is my short, not so short, overview of this. I wanted to get it out there because a lot of people are looking for this. I was too. Just because of the cool factor, basically. And for 40 bucks, man, I think it's a pretty good deal. Like I said, you're getting more, you know, with this than you would be a budget Leatherman like a Wingman or a Sidekick. Definitely more than a Rev. And I would pick this over one of those. Now the ethics, I completely understand why people would object to this. You know, they want to stay loyal to their brand, they want to stay loyal to Leatherman, they hate you know, design theft, etc. I have to assume that Leatherman knows about this and is either in the process of you know, possibly collecting a royalty or, you know, some sort of money from them, or they worked out a deal, or they're gonna sue them in court, or the patent ran out. Either way, I perfectly understand the objections, and you know, I'm not telling you to replace your Leatherman. No way am I doing that. But if you want a cheap option for a really good tool, in my opinion, this is an option. You know, if you know, if it sticks around. But anyway, you know, I made a post about this, and boy, it did ruffle some feathers. But so let's take the conversation to the comment section. It's nice and dark out here now, so I think I'm gonna go do some other things. Maybe reply to a few of them comments. All right, later, guys.